Right away, turn on your Ujjayi breath. Connect to the soft whisper sound at the back of your throat. Take a few breaths all the way down into the low belly. Inhaling to relax the abdominals. Exhale to massage the low belly in off the pelvis. Gentle pulse of these muscles. And you'll keep that pulse going. But also feel for the expansion of the low ribs as you breathe in. Those bottom ribs open to the front, to the sides, and even to the back. Exhale, the ribs draw in, closing like a bellows, squeezing the air out. And finally, feel the rhythm of the breath up in heart space. Feel the upper ribs spreading out into your armpits. The chest rises with the inhale. The upper back also expands between the shoulders. We'll add some breath holds to this area. Inhale, expand the whole rib cage. Lift the heart and also the back ribs. And hold it in. You can engage bandhas if you know them. And release your bandhas to slowly breathe out. Three more breaths like that. Full breath in. Hold it. Relax any locks and exhale. Again, slow but expansive inhale. Suspend. Tall spine, chin slightly down. And then release. Do that one more time, filling up and holding for as long as is comfortable while the pressure builds. And then let it go. Neck release. If you're cross-legged, change the cross of your legs. Walk your fingertips out to the side. Walk your left fingertips out a couple more inches, then lower your palm down. Hover right palm off the earth. Release your head to the left shoulder. Start by lining ear up directly over shoulder. And then if you prefer to either angle the chin down or up, just make sure the head stays directly over the shoulder. And the shoulder blade draws down away from your ear. Send all your attention into the stretch in the right side neck. Breathe into it. Exhale. Imagine any tension here can start to drip off your right fingertips. Leave your neck released. Your hands help your spine come back to center, and then left hand can come to your face to help your head up. Once again, fingertips out to the sides. Big breath, expansive rib cage. Exhale, right fingers out a few more inches, 6 more inches, then lower your palm. Reach left fingertips to the left, palm facing earth. Release your head, neck towards right shoulder and soften right shoulder down away from neck. Run your breath through the tight area in the left side neck. Reach out through the left hand to pull torso up. Right hand comes to face to prop your head up. And straighten your legs out. Bend your right knee, foot on the floor, one hand's width away from your left thigh. So now we're not right up against it. Flex the left toes up to the sky. Right elbow hooks to the inside of right knee. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, spiral up to the left. Option to gaze over left shoulder. But if that feels like a tensing action for your neck, keep the chin lined up over center of chest. Fine if right hip rolls off the mat, if that feels okay to your low back, but keep the left toes pointing up to the sky. Take a breath. Exhale, pull your right hip down to pull you back to center. Left hand to the right knee, twisting into the right thigh. Take a breath. Exhale, release the twist. Straighten your right leg out. Put left foot on the floor. And you want your legs to be hips width wide, so left heel in line with the left sitting bone. Left elbow to the inside of left thigh. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, spiral to the right, away from your thigh. Inhale. Exhale, center. Twist into your thigh. Right hand to the left knee. Keep reaching the right heel forward. If your right leg slides forward, well, for some backs, that's an appropriate adjustment. You can move it forward. Take a breath. Exhale, release the twist. Find your block and come down onto your back. Abs with block on shins. Line your back with your shins lifted parallel to the earth, knees right over hips, and then balance your block on your shins. So if you just laid it flat on your shins, turn it up one level, so you actually have to keep an eye on it so it doesn't fall. Activate your feet, lift and spread your toes. Clasp your hands behind your head and neck. Point elbows to the sky to cradle head and neck. Relax head back into hands. Take a breath in. Exhale, press your low back into the mat. Leave the knees exactly where they are. Inhale, curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Exhale, curl tailbone up, send knees straight up to the sky, pull your belly down. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, press your low back flat. Inhale, curl the head and shoulders up. Exhale, tip the tailbone up, sending inner thighs to sky without not dropping your block. Pull your belly down. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, press low back into mat. Pull the sides of the waist down. Inhale, curl head and shoulders up. Exhale, tip the tailbone up, curl pubic bone and navel, draw navel to spine. 3 more. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, press the low back down. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Exhale, curl tailbone up, pull your belly down. Inhale, head down. Exhale, press low back flat. Like you're trying to squish a pea into your yoga mat. Now that sounds uncomfortable, like it's a marshmallow. Flatten it into your mat. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Exhale, tip tailbone up, send knees to sky, triceps to sky, pull navel to spine. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, press the low back down. Pull the sides of the waist down, pull the front ribs into your waist. Inhale, curl your head up. Exhale, curl your tail up. Pull your belly down. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, flatten low back into mat. And release. Hug your knees into your chest. Spinal twist, drop your knees over to the left side. Unfurl right shoulder to the right, maybe right arm to the right. And come over to the other side. One more time. Go back to the first side. Knees over to the left. Actually, come into a full fetal curve, lying on your left side. Stick your tail out behind you a little bit. Place both hands on your right knee. We'll do our myofascial shoulder unwinding. Bring your right fingertips to the floor in front of your knee and start to trace a big circle up the floor and go real slow up overhead, all the way around back to your knee. And when you get to your knee, reverse your circle. Now go extra slow, somewhere over your head or out on the diagonal. You'll probably hit a tight spot. Go extra slow through that spot. If your body tells you to guide around that spot, you listen. It's fine if the hand needs to come off the floor to protect your shoulder. But can it also feel safe to the shoulder joint if your fingertips stay in contact with something solid, allowing the shoulder itself to unwind? When you've completed your circle in both directions, then roll on to the right side. Stick your butt out behind you a little bit. For most low backs, that'll keep the twist out of the low back, the pressure out. Bring your hands onto your left knee. Right hand will stay on your thigh. Left fingertips come down to the floor in front of your knee and start to trace your giant circle up overhead, all the way back to the knee, and then reverse when you get there. And again, for some shoulders, your hand will need to come off the floor. But if it feels safe to keep the hand on the floor, feel the floor underneath your hand. Allow the shoulder to let go. And when you've completed your circles, come to all fours for cats and cows. Take your time. Go ahead, begin to cat-cow your spine, your own breath rhythm. Reconnect to the Ujjayi whisper if it faded. We'll do some triceps lowers. So you may want to watch for a moment. Next time you'll come into cat stretch. You'll stay there, rounding the spine up, hanging the head down and pulling navel against spine. You'll try to keep the spine exactly as it is, the neck relaxed, the hips lined up over your knees. Take a breath into the back body and exhale. Bend your elbows back so your triceps lower towards the earth. Nothing else changes. Elbows may or may not make it to the earth. That's not important. Take a breath when you're as low as you can go, and then exhale back up to straight arms. We'll just do 4 or 5 of those. So come into your cat stretch or tabletop. Make sure hands are right under shoulders, knees over hips. Cynthia, I think bring your hands back, a couple inches if that's okay for you. But keep your hips shifted slightly forward. Yep. All right. Exhale, cat stretch, round spine to sky. Relax your neck. Pull your belly in. Breathe into the back of the heart. Exhale, bend your elbows straight back towards the mat. Excellent. And when you're as low as you can go with the elbows hugging in, take a breath there. And exhale, spread your fingers, press the mat away to straighten your arms. Take 2 or 3 more lowers on your own. Keep the neck relaxed. Yes, head will try to help as always. But we're targeting just the triceps. They're not used to having the spotlight on them. When you exhale to come up, keep drawing your belly in. And when you've completed your last one, we'll come into quarter dog. Lowering the left elbow all the way down to the mat, turning the hand in. So forearms across the mat, a pillow for your head. Extend the right arm forward. Rest your head on your left arm. I'll give you a few breaths to relax your right arm. Well, you choose what's more effective for you, to kind of let it yin out, hang, or if you want to turn it on, extend it from the shoulder, or a little of both. And then bring right hand under shoulder. Hang your head as you press up into your cat stretch. And then exhale, lower down onto your right forearm. Forearm across the mat like a pillow. Left arm extends. Head on arm. Or if it's more comfortable for neck, you can put your head on the floor. I often need to do that to tuck my chin in. If that means you have to move the right forearm, that's fine. That's there for support. It's not really doing anything. The left arm is where I want you to focus, relaxing. Dolphin prelude. Hand under shoulder. Release your neck as you press back up to your hands. Then lower down onto your elbows. Wrap hands around upper arms to bring the elbows right under shoulders, maybe even a little narrower. Clasp your hands. You can walk the knees back and out to the sides a couple inches. And then shift your hips back and up as you lower head to earth. Option to point knuckles to sky. Breathe into the upper back and shoulders. Exhale, feel for softening around the upper spine. Either stay here or dolphin prep, maybe dolphin. Lower hands down, leave your neck released as you shift your weight forward. Option to place the palms out in front of your elbows. Hands down, press the earth away with your hands, your forearms, your elbows to lift out of shoulders, release the neck. Lean your hips back, tuck your toes. You can choose to leave knees on mat as you press the earth away and lean back, or straighten your knees. And for this variation, keep the feet back, or maybe even walk them back a little bit to stretch back out of your shoulders. All right, lower your knees down. Sit back on your heels. Let's touch thumbs together behind the back. Roll the head of the shoulder back. Breathe the back ribs out. Soften front ribs, chest down a little bit, and then keep rolling shoulders back as you straighten your arms. Arms may or may not straighten. Keep the elbows back, the head of the shoulder open. The head of the shoulder, I mean that place where the collarbone ends, tends to dip. If your arms straighten and your collarbones are wide and your front ribs are in, then lift the hands up behind you and keep all that the same. Release your arms. Come stand at the front of your mat. One half sun. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, Samastiti. Surya Namaskar A, though you can choose to stay with the half suns. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Unless you're choosing half sun, then fold. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. 3 slow breaths in down dog. Inhale, step or jump your feet up to your hands. Bring your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. I'll count to 5. You breathe nice and slow on your rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, step or jump feet to hands. Heart forward. Exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, Samastiti. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, sit back in Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, or step into down dog. Stay in down dog, take a breath in, or upward dog if you're flowing. Exhale, downward facing everybody. Warrior 1, step the right foot forward. Ground the back heel. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the ground. Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Stay in down dog. If you want to come into child's pose at any point, please do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, step or jump feet to hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. Again, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Step right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga or downward facing dog. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale to the earth. Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Downward dog or child's pose. Take a breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving into standing series, crescent lunge. Step right foot up between your hands. Stay on the back toes. Tuck your tail down. Bring hands to front thigh. You might need to bend left knee all the way onto the floor to get your shoulders to line up over your hips. And if you want to leave the back knee on the floor to help you balance, that's fine. Feet are strong. Press your feet down. Tuck your tail down. Hands can stay on the front thigh. In fact, use your hands to traction your thigh bone forward a bit. Lift and spread your toes. Option to keep your hands where they are or raise right arm to the sky. Optional, leave left hand tractioning right thigh or take the right wrist and draw your arm bones up and back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Your choice of twist. Lean forward a little bit. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, either hook the left elbow or put left hand on the ground, twisting warrior variation. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. You can choose a cat-cow as your vinyasa if you prefer. Crescent lunge, left foot forward. Step left foot between your hands, stay on the back toes. Option to lower the back knee down as you bring palms to left thigh. Scoop your low belly up off your pelvis as a way to drop the tail without having to grip. Tuck the tail. Untwist for a moment, Doreen. Just bring your hands to your thigh. Option, left arm to sky. Option, right hand takes the left wrist and draws your arm bones up and back. The other option is keep your hands on your thigh. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lean forward a bit as you inhale the back ribs off your low back. Exhale, twist to your left, right elbow to thigh or right hand to the ground. I didn't want to leave you in a twist for 10 minutes, Doreen. That's too long. Keep the left toes lifted and spread if you can. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog or cat and cow. Keep your hips square, reach the right leg straight back. Send the left heel straight back. Yeah. Like your leg's an extension of your tail, drawing you back from the shoulders. Nice. And exhale, set the right foot down, downward dog. Then step right foot forward into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Inhale, rise into warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Right arm to sky, left arm down your leg, or any other arm position. If you prefer to bind or do back traction, that's great. Nice, Cynthia. What happens if you keep spinning the pinky side of your hand towards the floor? Yes. Does that feel right to you? You don't have to answer. You can answer yourself. Sorry. Deep lunge, hip opener. Exhale, lower both hands to the inside of right foot. Lower the back knee down. Heel toe right foot out to the side a little bit. I'll recommend this shape where you keep the right knee hugging into shoulder. If you prefer to drop the right knee open, that's fine. You can stay up on your hands or lower your elbows down to earth or block. And find your way back to downward facing dog. Reach right leg up to the sky. This time, hip opener. Turn your hips open to the right, whether you bend the right knee or leave it straight. I'll leave that up to how it feels to you. Again, still feel for your tailbone lengthening straight back, even as you're spiraling through the hips. Ground the left inner heel. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send the left leg straight back. Keep the hips square. So scoop the right side waist up. As you lengthen through either the left heel or left ball of foot, wherever you feel your energy moving backwards. Downward dog, exhale. Step the left foot forward into warrior two. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. That's a real nice side stretch, Doreen, from my angle. Deep lunge hip opener. Both hands come down to the inside of your left foot. Lower the back knee down. You may heel toe left foot out to the side a little bit to help knock the left knee in towards your shoulder. Well, you can do it a lot if that feels right to your hip today. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Send the left leg back. This time, do open the hip. If you want to bend the left knee, heel to buttock, and send knee to sky, go for it. Nice active feet, you guys. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send the right leg straight back. Inhale, feel for the left thigh bone reaching back. Hamstrings opener. Exhale, knee to nose, three-legged plank, shoulders over wrists. Pull your belly in. Warrior one, set your right foot down. Ground the left heel. Inhale to rise. Exhale, eagle arms right under left. So you can feel for lifting the left arch up just a little bit, caving it up. Half splits or Janusi. Exhale, hands down, or one of the Janus. Back knee down. Shift your hips back for your hamstring stretch. You can leave your hips high, maybe right over the left knee. Move your right foot forward. Or if you want to sit back on the left heel, do that. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can take vinyasas if you like. Send the left leg straight back. Feel for pressing the right thigh bone straight back to open hamstrings. If that feels okay to hamstrings, lift your right sitting bone up a little. Exhale, knee to nose, three-legged plank. Cat shape your spine a little bit as you pull your belly up. Good. And then set your left foot as close to your hands as you can for warrior one. It may not land, that's okay. Adjust your right foot back then into warrior one and rise. Inhale, exhale, eagle arms left under right. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lower your back knee and shift your hips back for your hamstring stretch. You can either lift the hips high in half splits or sit on the right heel. Janu Shirsasana B variation. Inhale, bend the left knee. Listen, step the right foot forward, fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, Samastitihi. Prasarita Padottanasana. Step back with either foot to face the side of your mat. So your feet end up about 3 feet apart. Turn your toes in, your heels out. Inhale, spread your hands. Exhale, hands to your waist. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, hands to the ground. If possible, hands are shoulder width apart between your feet, fingers and toes pointing the same direction. Crown of head heading towards the space between your thumbs as you push the earth away to move the shoulders back. If you prefer to do a more free-form dangle, that's fine here too. Opening up the back body. Inhale, half lift, bring your hands to your waist. You might need to bend your knees and tuck your tails a lot to help you stand up. Inhale. Inhale, spread your hands. Exhale, squeeze your waist. Squeeze elbows, shoulders back. We'll stay upright. Keep squeezing elbows back as much as you can and tuck the chin down towards the notch between your collarbones. Strong throat lock, Ujjayi breath. This is essentially shoulder stand without having your body weight pushing on your neck. All right, lift your throat lock. Interlace hands behind your back. Pull on the hands for a moment to let the shoulder blades melt into your upper back. And you can stay upright here if you like, or exhale into your forward fold. And Cynthia, maybe not today, but in the future, you could probably work with your feet like 6 inches wider because your head's getting real close to the ground until your head touches. If it feels right to come up in your bind, reach through your knuckles. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to your waist. One more time. Inhale, squeeze shoulders. Exhale, take your big toes or keep your hands on the sides of your calves. Inhale, look forward, open your throat. Exhale, fold in, close your throat. Release your toes, spider. Inhale, look forward, turn your heels in, your toes out, bend your knees. Take a moment in this high squat, opening the knees, sending your tail straight back. Hands can stay on the ground or you can hold your ankles, or if you want to bring your hands or elbows onto your thighs, that's fine. Good. Either stay here or heel toe your feet in until your heels touch. Then rise onto your tippy toes to try to sit on your heels. Lift your heart. If you can bring hands to heart, do that. Five-pointed star. This is okay. Press down with your feet to rise all the way to stand. Separate your arms, separate your legs. Maybe look up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Gather it back to center. One round of escalator. Draw your right knee up towards your chest. This might be your knee to chest here, or maybe you can catch it with your hands. Optional. Pull your belly in and try to bow your forehead to touch your knee. Inhale, just glance forward. And exhale, set your right foot down. Other side, knee to chest. You are actually touching, huh? And you can stay right where you are. Even if you're staying upright though, feel that sense of the belly pulling in, leaning forward just a little bit, connecting to center. If it feels right to bow all the way in. And I suggest looking at your standing big toe to help you balance. Inhale, just glance your eyes forward. Exhale, Samastitihi. Half sun or full sun. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga or fold. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Fancy transition. If you like, to our seats, lower your knees down. Lift your feet. Cross your ankles. And sit back over. Let's transition right into Navasana. To extend your legs. Feet, hands on the ground by your hips or behind your hips. Then either lower down to a cross-legged seat or reverse, cross your ankles. Roll over your ankles and step or jump back into downward dog. One more time, back and forth. Knees down, lift your feet, cross your ankles, sit back, legs forward. Let's go ahead, reverse the cross the ankles just for fun. Bring your feet down. You call that fun. Step back into down dog. Then find your way down to your seat however you like. If you want to start practicing jumping, you can try to cross your ankles in the air. Yeah, and then your feet should come through your hands. Make sure you have enough padding in case you land on sides of feet. Yeah, like that. Flying lessons. Janu Shirsasana. Let's extend the left leg out. Draw the right knee open. And you choose your expression of Janu. You might just pull it back enough that your hips are square. You might pull it way back so just your toes are touching, your legs are at right angle. Or if you like, you can sit on your heel again, this time with the knee open as wide as you can, and then fold over the left leg. Just a simple seated forward fold. Inhale, glance towards your toes, pull your belly in to come up, and change sides. Extend your right leg out, left leg mirrors whatever you just did on the first side. Inhale, glance towards your toes. Pull your belly in to come up. Spinal twist. You might choose the same leg position we started in. Right foot on the floor, left leg extended. Or you can tuck the left heel. And or you can cross the right foot over the left knee, whether the left leg is straight or bent. So Ardha Matsyendrasana. If you're in this seat, then left knee is trying to point straight out in between your hips. Both hips on the floor. And the right foot might be a little bit forward of the knee. Twisting to the right, left hand or elbow to knee. Good. Inhale, lengthen back of spine. Exhale, release. And change sides. Twist to your left. Inhale. Exhale, release. And Paschimottanasana, both legs straight. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Any expression of this fold. Of course, you can get the knees very bent if you prefer. And after a few breaths here, you feel you want to roll back into shoulder stand or plow. You might transition it into inversions. If you're still in Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, and inhale, glance towards toes. Pull your belly in to come up, and then maybe transitioning to your back like we did yesterday. Feet on the floor, knees bent, holding on behind your thighs. Strong curl of the pelvis under, hugging abdominals in. So your abdominals roll your spine down. End up on the mat with lots of space. And if you did that, maybe before you straighten your legs, you press your feet down, you retuck your tail, and then lower one leg down at a time. Of course, if your body's asking for other preparations for rest. Take a moment to get settled. Take a deep breath. Move your fingers and your toes. If a stretch sounds yummy, reach your arms overhead. Maybe yawn, stretch your mouth and jaw. And then roll over onto your side to crawl your way up to sitting. Palms come together. Thumbs against your sternum, lift your heart. May we benefit from our practice. And may our practice heal not only us. May it ripple out and heal all beings everywhere. Namaste.